Hey family, imagine telling your man or your woman that I love you, and their response was, I love you too, but love don't pay the bills both here. Some of you might be surprised or some of you might be laughing, but this might not just be imagery in somebody's head. It might very well be their reality. You see, there are many reasons why relationships fail. And when you search through the rubble of what once stood as a towering relationship and find the cause for its destruction, you will discover the insufficiency or the absence of that thing which was always present from the very beginning of that relationship. And I want to highlight only but a few of the plethora of reasons why relationships are failing or breaking down today, and to suggest how we can fix some of them, because some of them are beyond repair. So if we look at what's happening in the world that we are living in today, we will discover that more than 50% of first marriages, 67% of second marriages, and 74% of third marriages end in divorce. And 50% of all marriages in which the brides are 25 and older results in failed marriages. Some marriages fail because we nurture them somewhat like how the Greek philosopher Plato described the human personality. He said that the human personality is like a charioteer with two strong-headed horses, each one wanting to go in different directions. And personally, I always say that anything that has two heads is a freak, and this type of union will always deliver and birth division. And so given time, complacency sets in, and people lose a sense of priority and responsibility and respect for each other. And so when that pressure valve gets clogged up, the anger overflows and someone gets terribly hurt or someone gets terribly disappointed, and the cycle continues and they drift further and further apart. Secondly, friendships fail because of betrayal, talking one another's names behind their backs and sharing secrets that we ought not to. And some of them fail because of a lack of support when someone is going through a rough time in their life, and conversely, the lack of support when, or being happy for someone when they are going through high points in their lives. Don't talk about the continual repeated arguments that keep escalating. These things also break down friendships, and especially when we are questioning ourselves about the sincerity about our friends, when we recognize the frenemy type of behavior, or we are feeling that our boy or our girl doesn't really have our best interests at heart. These are the things that break down and cause our friendships to fail. Thirdly, many parents do not know the real reason behind their teens' behavior. It is important for us to get the itch. The itch is really the core reason behind the scratch, which is the outward behavior or the attitude of our children. Some people wonder why our children hate us or they don't like us, and we begin to say, after all we have done for him or for her, that's the way they're treating me. That's what we internalize, and we begin to point the finger at their bad way, at the bad things that they're doing, and the bad habits that they have, and the bad influences in their lives. And some of us even point the whole hand at the other parent, blaming them for what is happening in the life of the children. But oftentimes, my friend, the place we need to point the finger is at ourselves, and look at what our child is seeing in us that is causing them to rebel against us and the God that we serve. And this is my advice as I conclude. Listen, we all know that love doesn't pay bills. Money does, yes. But the transforming and redemptive power power of love is the bond that keeps relationships alive and together. And when it is not present, my friends, you are torn apart, even if you are living in the same house together. This is evident in our relationships with our children. This is a reality in our friendships, and this is experiential in our marriages. And if you are experiencing any of these in any area of your life today, then my suggestion to you is to begin by showing love, by forgiving yourself and that person that has something against you, or that person that you have something against, and try to restore the relationship in as much as you can. You see, it is a progressive process that has to be done thoroughly and completely, my friends. It involves assurance, it involves pressure, time, and observation. You see, my friend, because love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Love is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and it always perseveres. My friends, love never fails. So I want to encourage you there to fix some of those broken relationships by injecting love that was there from the very start. May the Lord bless you. This is Jakes from Georgia Ministries.